Hello, I'm Bob Weir with another interview of People in the News in North Texas. My guest today is Precinct 4 Constable Tim Burch, running for re-election to his third term in the GOP primary in March 2020. Thanks for being here, Tim.
Thanks for having me. I want to thank you and your lovely wife for having me in your home and taking time out of your busy schedule to have me here. My name is Tim Burch, and I will never get away from giving credit where credit is due, and it's through the wondrous grace of the Lord Jesus Christ that I serve in this capacity, and I will never get away from that. I will never compromise faith, value, friends for political aspirations or personal aspirations. So thank you for having me in your home.
How long have you been in law enforcement?
Close to 21 years, 20 years and 7 months, I believe is what it is.
And so for those who may not know, what's the job of a constable?
The job of constable, the constable's office is one of the oldest law enforcement agencies in the state of Texas. And when a constable's office is its own law enforcement agency in itself. And the Texas legislature mandates that you bailiff your courts, that you serve civil process, and that you handle your warrants, either whether they're felony or misdemeanor warrants, and then then it's up to the individual constable on how he manages his office effectively and takes care of the other law enforcement related activities within your office, because you are a law enforcement agency.
So do constables have peace officer status?
Yes, sir. They most certainly
So
do.
they can make arrests?
They can make arrests. Anything that any peace officer, police officer, any sheriff's deputy, any peace officer, when you graduate from the academy, you graduate as a peace officer, not police officer. You graduate as a peace officer, and so yes, we have all the same responsibilities.
Does that include the issuance of traffic tickets?
Yes.
And I believe, are you handling an accident today, as a matter of fact?
Yes, sir. Prior to coming to the interview, I was taking care of an accident, assisting Roanoke Police Department, and that's just another faction of my job, that I'm on the street leading by example. I do not, I don't try to influence my deputies other than to see that, let me lead by example, and then you follow that example. I could never be where I'm at now if it weren't for my office staff and my deputies. I'm only successful as the people under me.
And how many towns and cities does Precinct 4 cover approximately?
Precinct 4 is going to cover roughly 277 square miles, and it's going to include Argyle, Double Oak, Bartonville, Roanoke, Trophy Club. It's Double Oak, Flower Mound. You've probably got roughly 8 or 9, or Argyle as well. You've probably got 8 or 9 cities within the precinct that we cover.
And are constables part of the patrol force that drives through neighborhoods, regular patrol, things like that?
You most definitely should be taking care of those responsibilities. My office, the way it's logistically located, we have the far southern end of my precinct. A lot of the city of Fort Worth has annexed and over-annexed, and their police department is taxed to the point where they just, quite frankly, do not have the officers to respond. So my deputies and myself, we spend a lot of hours patrolling through not just those neighborhoods, but our neighborhoods. We effectively manage our civil and the legislatively responsible duties. We manage those to where we have that amount of time. And my office is not a 9-to-5 office. We are out there, and my office is available 24/7. And when we have the needs and people see things in those neighborhoods, they most certainly can call us. We'll put extra patrols in those neighborhoods. We keep a vacation watch of homes as well that we will patrol through throughout this county. And the police departments, believe me, I work very closely with all the police department and law enforcement agencies, whether it's local, state, county, and federal. We're going to assist, and you most definitely, and the voters and the tax-paying citizens in Denton County, that's who pays our salary. And they expect you to be on that street and provide that extra presence, Bob.
And how many deputy constables do you have?
Currently, I have 4 deputy constables and 2 office staff. That would be, and I want to give credit to Lori O'Malley and Ruth Clark. They are my office staff, and if it weren't for them, believe me, I don't know that I'd be as successful as I am today. But they take care of the business in the office. I've got 4 deputies, and I previously had, and every office has been assigned through the Commissioner's Court, a chief deputy constable position that I no longer have in the office at this time.
You don't have a chief deputy?
No, at the current time, I do not have a chief deputy position because there was an incident where my chief deputy unfortunately was alleged to have committed a criminal offense. I put him under an internal affairs investigation, which is customary in law enforcement, and it was also for the purpose of, I left him on during the course of the investigation to gather the facts, which is by state law is responsible. I'm always going to support the U.S. Constitution, Bill of Rights, due process, and the rule of law is always going to be paramount in my office. And when I was unable to gather facts, I left the chief deputy on administrative leave. Unfortunately, that position was not included in the next year's budget, and so currently I do not have that position. And the chief deputy there was a sealed indictment on him that was close to 20 months ago. We have not had any success in any kind of movement within that. I do honestly feel it's a wrongful indictment and it will be vacated, and I stand fast in support of that former chief deputy, but also understand that the county has to do what they have to do. They have to make decisions, whether it's popular or unpopular from time to time, and then we have to move forward, put our best foot forward and do the best we can. And then at a point in time when possibly this issue is resolved, then maybe I will get and petition the court back for that position.
Where is the constable's office located?
6200 Canyon Falls Drive, Suite 300, carries a flower mound address with an Argyle zip of 76226. And the reason that is because that Southwest Courthouse is basically covered by three law enforcement jurisdictions. It'll be North Lake, Flower Mound, and it'll have North Lake, Flower Mound, and Argyle will have police officers within there. So,
Tell me, Tim, what do you like most about your job?
what I like most about my job is that I can actually make a difference in people's lives. And when you make a difference in whether it's a child or a family's life, that's what's important. Because there's been times when I have been in homes, when we've had situations, I've sat and prayed with those families. I've assisted those families on weekends, holidays, things like that. It gives me a chance to interact and actually make a difference, because people know that phone number of mine is truly available 24/7, and they can contact me at any time and if they need anything. And we're real good about assisting the seniors, the abused families, the children that are abused. It's just unreal. The veterans, we do so many things. We've just finished up our 14th year of the Medal of Honor escort, and we are so proud of that event. It takes almost all year long to plan and coordinate, and we are so proud to be able to coordinate that event every year for the Medal of Honor escorts.
Well, Tim, I want to thank you for being here. Took the time to come over and spend some time with us, and I want to wish you good luck in the
Well,
election.
thank you so much for having me and taking the time out, and I want to just say I appreciate the support I've had over the years, and God bless everyone, and I hope for your support in the future.
Thank you, and thank you for watching.